Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Film Sleep Repeat YouTube channel. Oh my gosh, guys, today I am so flippin' hyped to share with you my top 10 movies of 20 motherfucking 19. Let's get it on.
Film Sleep Repeat. Go make yourself a drink and a review is coming in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail.
Numero 10, Long Shot. Long Shot, starring Charlize Theron and Seth Rogen, is my number 10 favorite movie of the year. For a long time, it was at number 1 until we hit these last few months. I love this movie. It has a whole lot of heart and really hit me at a time when I was least expecting it. It's super funny, it's a very sweet movie. I cried watching it, very much so, and I've cried every time since watching it. It's one of those movies that going forward I'm going to be able to put on at any time, and it's going to be able to make me happy, which I'm very excited about. Yeah, fantastic. Moving on. Number 9, The Irishman, directed by Martin Scorsese, starring Joe Pesci. It's not really starring him, but Joe Pesci, my man Al Pacino, my man Robert De Niro, my man Ray Romano, my man Bobby Cannavale, my man Harvey Keitel, among others. If you would have told me at the beginning of the year that The Irishman, a movie which I'd been waiting for about 2.5 years, would be number 9 on this list, I would have been like, no, it's going to be top 5. That shows how good this year has been. The Irishman hit me in a way I didn't really expect it to. It was everything I wanted it to be, and that was it. You know, it wasn't anything, it didn't blow my mind in any regard. I really do love the film. I think it's a near perfect movie. The 3-hour and 30-minute runtime does lag a bit, but if you can get through it, it's all worth it in the end, and I really, really love this movie. Also, seeing Joe Pesci back on this big screen, holy shit, that guy's a legend. You think I'm funny? Number 8, Marriage Story, directed by Noah Baumbach, starring Adam Driver and Scarlett Johansson, also with a performance by Laura Dern in there, among others. This movie hit me really hard and hit me right in the heartstrings, and the ending destroyed me. I cried my way through the movie, and when it was over, it just had me feeling, it's got kind of a hopeful ending, if you will, but it's still just, it's so true to life. You know, life doesn't always have happy endings. Life isn't always going to go the way we expect it to, but that's okay. And life, you know, that's how it's supposed to be. It's a journey. And this movie it is exceptional. It is on Netflix, so I'd recommend checking it out if you have not had a chance. Number 7 is The Joker. The Joker, directed by Todd Phillips, of course, starring Joaquin Phoenix. Robert De Niro also is in this film, among others. This is a movie that was not in my top 10 for a long time. In fact, it was not in my top 10 until this morning when I was kind of going over my top 10. I watched this film again about 2 days ago, and I think it's too good of a film not to put in here. I had such a hard reaction to it, and it left such a bitter taste in my mouth. But being able to separate that and see how good of a movie it is and how great the performance is and the direction, it feels like a Scorsese movie, which I'm all about. I think Scorsese's the greatest film director of all time. Really elevated this movie into that slot. Numero 6, 1917. 1917 was an awesome movie. I thought it would have been a little lower on my list, but the last few weeks happened, choices happen, obviously. Roger Deakins shoots the shit out of this movie. The whole one take thing really freaking works, and it isn't just a gimmick. It doesn't feel like it feels like it makes sense for this story. And Sam Mendes really puts his eye into this film and directs it with such ease and confidence. And it's one of the best war films I've ever seen in my life. Number 5, Little Women. If you would have told me Little Women would have been my number 5, even like 2 months ago, I would have been like, no, it looks good, but come on. Little Women hit me so hard. The performances are so great. Saoirse Ronan is fantastic. Timothée Chalamet is fantastic. Laura Dern, fantastic. Emma Watson, fantastic. They're all fantastic, but Florence Pugh is by far and away one of the greatest actors we have working today. And she's really just come on the scene this year in a big way with Fighting With My Family and also Midsummer, which I was not a big fan of, but I think she's great in. And I think Little Women, it's obviously based on a book and it's had many adaptations to this point, but it completely engrossed me and sent me reeling towards the other adaptations to watch and reading the book, which I am currently in the middle of. And it's absolutely fantastic. Number 4, Knives Out, directed by Rian Johnson. Classic whodunit, as it will. It's an instant classic, in my opinion. It is such a funny, good movie. And it came out on Thanksgiving, which is the perfect time for this movie to come out, be able to see it with your family, have a good time. I really love this movie from start to finish. It was probably the most fun I had in a theater all year watching this. It was just completely, it hit me right in all the right spots. And it was a movie I really needed at the time. And I can't wait to get this when it comes out on Blu-ray so that I can just put it on at night when I'm just hanging out and just need something to put on and have there. Number 3, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I love this movie. Quentin Tarantino is my favorite film director of all time. He is the reason I got into movies, and he really does it here for me. I think the movie is really a love letter to movies. The last 30 minutes, I've heard lately a lot of people criticize it. I really love the last 30 minutes. I think it's, classic Tarantino, and it's a fairy tale, and the last 30 minutes really delves into that. And, Brad Pitt is at an all-time great in this movie. I'm excited to see him win the Oscar and the Golden Globe this Sunday. Leonardo DiCaprio is fantastic, and in an ideal world, Leonardo DiCaprio, this is some of the best acting he's done too, but Brad Pitt overshadows him because of how good he is in the movie. Also, Margot Robbie as Sharon Tate is fantastic, and we get a lot of great performances, a lot of great moments. Some of my favorite movie moments from this year are in this film. To go over a couple, when Leonardo DiCaprio has his freak out scene in the trailer and he looks in the mirror and he's like, I swear to God, I'll blow your goddamn brains out. I've never laughed so hard in a movie when that happened. I was dying. Such a fun movie. Number 2. So I've been going back and forth with my number 2 and number 1. My number 2, what I came to, since these are my favorite films of the year, is going to be Parasite. Now, Parasite, directed by Bong Joon-ho, is, in my opinion, the best film of the year. I think it is the best made, best just overall film of the year. But it blew me away. I'm not the biggest foreign film fan. I'll give them all a chance. I just haven't been able to really find that many that I love. But this movie, from the minute it started, I was in. I loved it. It had so many twists and turns. It has such a good commentary on our current, social climate and wealth disparity, all that stuff. And the movie left me, at the end, I was shocked and in awe and everything I want to be coming out of a movie. This movie is insane, and if you haven't seen it, please seek it out. It is something to watch. Number 1, I'm gonna come. Man, number 1 is Uncut Gems. Uncut Gems is a movie that hit me fast and hit me quick, right in both sides of my chest. It was like, I love this movie. Adam Sandler is at an all-time great. The movie starts and never stops. It just keeps going, never has a second to breathe, but that's what it wants to do. The Safdie brothers are so good. We get a great supporting performance by Kevin Garnett. Julia Fox is in this movie. She's great. Lakeith Stanfield's in this movie. He's great. This movie is so great. I absolutely love it. It is, in my opinion, a perfect movie. And at one point in the movie, something happens and I was shaking in my seat because I was so excited. I was like, holy shit, what? I never expected it. And that's what movies should do. Movies should enchant us. Movies should make us fall in love. Movies should do all of these things. I've loved movies my whole life. And 2019 is probably one of the best year for movies I've ever seen. It really elevated me to a place where I feel like I can do this movie channel here. I quit my job to do this because I love movies. I have passion for movies and I want to share that passion with all of you. Guys, what are your top 10 movies of 2019? Possibly even just your top movie. Comment down below, like this video, and subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be doing this all of 2020 and so forth. We're going to get into it. We're going to talk movies. I'm seeing The Grudge tonight. Don't know what I'm going to think, but I'll let you know what I think as soon as I see it. Appreciate you guys. And look out for my top 20 films of the decade, 2010 to 2019. And we'll talk to you guys later. Until next time, peace out from the Film Sleep Repeat studios, folks.